Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back here with Vikings, Season 6, Episode 13, The Signal. So, before I get into this next episode reaction, I'm going to go ahead and review a little bit what happened last time. So, basically, in Kattegat, there is a power struggle between kind of Gunhild and Ingrid, and it seems like fucking Eric the Red, like, I don't know what his motivation is. It's like he's kind of playing both sides, okay? He obviously wants some kind of place at the table. I think his best bet is Gunhild. But yeah, I don't know if they're playing that up for the audience. Like, well, what is he doing? You know, I think that's irritating a little bit. I like his character. So we'll see what happens there. It just kind of reminds me of previous seasons, like the power struggle in Kattegat between Lagertha and Asla. Ragnar's wives. And we also had the Rus Vikings were defeated. They go back home to kind of an icy reception. If you think about it, Prince Oleg, or King Oleg, hasn't really been in power very long. And people think he's nasty, so this isn't good for him. We also had him mess up Igor's treehouse, which I thought was a terrible shame. He's trying to get Igor to grow up because he says if you're going to be king one day, hey, you need to see these things. He also had him kill that soldier, made this kid kill that soldier, something he didn't want to do. He's having Vitsark and Ivar, he's trying to turn the brothers against each other by leaving Ivar out in the cold while he buddies up with Vitsark. He's also getting Vitsark dependent on opium, okay? Ivar sees this, and I think it just kind of reinforces his decision even more to betray Oleg. Okay? We also have Prince Dur shows up, meets up with Ivar. He's dressed as basically a beggar and says, hey, this is a plan. Okay? So now Ivar is intimately involved in the plan. And, another thing that's going on. Katya, she's ramping up the sex, man. On the sexiness in Ivar. Trying to get information out of him. Ivar's a weak man, you know. So he sleeps, I'm pretty sure he sleeps with Katya. Whatever they do, it kind of happens off screen. But it's interesting, in this episode, we have the female characters using, what they have is, they're using sex to gain control and for political influence, which, it's a smart thing to do. And we have Ube finding out about Bjorn, but he still wants to pursue the Golden Land, and he's kind of also he's kind of playing Flatnose and Athelstan against each other, or he's just playing them both. We have that going on. I enjoyed the episode, not as much as the opening premiere where Bjorn passed away. I'm into the show. Love these characters. I look forward to see what's going on next. So let's get started.
I request an audience with Prince Oleg.
He is having a meeting with Prince Igor and your brother, Pritzer.
May I not join?
I have no orders to permit that.
Yeah, so here we are. Still pitting them against each other.
I'll tell you what I want. I want access to Prince Igor and Prince Oleg.
Okay.
But it seems, my brother, as if you're suddenly standing in the way.
So now that tension is about to pop.
He must give you something.
Oleg treats me well. Values me. Not like you, Ivory. You always treated me like shit. What did you? Huh?
Dude.
Sad, poor Ivor. Just a cripple.
Oh, shit. Oh, dude, that would fucking hurt. I can't believe it, man. Bitzer kind of made the first move by pushing, if you ask me. Don't do it. He's not going to do it anyways. Look at him up there. Alright. Kind of weird to see Kattegat without... I don't know. There's no one really here that I'm absolutely in love with. Hey! Okay. Okay.
For me, I will simply be nurturing the only legitimate heir of Kattegat. The true descendant of Björn Ironside, Ragnar Lothbrok, and our god Odin.
Can I ask you, who do you mean to support in this election?
Eric.
Frankly and honestly, I've not yet made up my mind.
Why don't you stand yourself?
I am Skagamar. I have no ambition or desire to rule.
There's the compass thing that Ragnar had.
God told me to.
God told you to.
God told you to. Yes. You spoke to me in the silence. I listened.
But the Thunder God did not loosen his grip, no. He dragged the monster up under the keel. On the hairy head of that terrible monster.
Hope nothing bad happens to this child.
I wish you hadn't told me that story.
The way that up there always whispers into Bazir makes me think they are planning something.
Calm down, dude.
Why not against me?
I still wish we hadn't come. I worry about you, my dear.
About me? Why do you worry about me?
I didn't mean to say that. I don't worry about you. That's how I am. I worry about.
I have a woman's intuition. There is dangerous.
Flat Nose is going crazy again.
But I have to talk to you about Igor. It's important. You have to listen to
Prince
me.
Oleg wants to see.
I said you have to listen to me.
He wants to see you now.
Peter.
I told you. Now.
Okay, so this can't be good.
We've been neglecting you.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Happens all the time.
After the defeat, I lost my faith in God, in you, and everyone. I was suspicious. I saw betrayal everywhere. I neglected you. I thought harsh thoughts about you. For which, my friend, I ask your forgiveness. My darling wife interceded on your behalf. She said I was so cruel. Your brother, Peter, wasn't always so kind. I believe that he loves and hates you in equal measure. He's now real used to me. If you like, I will have him killed.
Shit. Is this a test or does he mean it?
If anyone kills him, it should be me.
What is she doing? Ingrid, you better be doing some crazy ass. Yep. I was going to say crazy ass witchcraft. Jesus, woman, what are you doing? These are cool visuals, I have to say. So who's watching? So who are these guys? Such a cool set. This guy has shady intentions. Man, are those all the same weight? I think it's better if you have a counting system, right?
Well, not Bruce. You're looking out for the Bruce, aren't you? Of course not. When you're looking for something else, you don't even see what's happening right under your nose.
No, that's not good. Killed that poor man. So who are these guys if they're not Rus? Shady bastards.
Now it is up to the people.
Yes. Now it is up to the people.
Dude. It should be Gunhild, I think. I mean, Ingrid, let's be honest. She was just this cute girl that Bjorn fucking had the hots for. Now she's carrying his son. So what is Eric's motivation? Is he just waiting to see maybe who is going to win and then he supports that person? Oh, snap. The dagger.
Prince Deer is ready.
Alright. Jeez Louise. So it's a pretty bad storm. Dude, like, why would you take kids on a journey like this?
I see what's happening. Troy's gone for shaving.
No, Elsa! It's just a storm, it will pass!
What the hell?
No!
That's pretty cool. Oh, that's not good. Oh, shit. Isn't that Bjorn's kid, too? Dude, that's fucking terrible. You just have a kid and they're lost at sea. You can't see shit. Dude, good lord. Okay, so let's have the vote. Dude, you have to trust that everything weighs the same. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. Like, there's no way they'd be able to tell.
Who's back? Tell me which.
Which?
Who is it?
King Harold.
I'm very sorry to interrupt this election.
Okay. Why'd they kill that other guy? At the door. The doorman.
But my people call me King Finder. I have a new ally. His name is Skane.
Skane.
But your timing could be better.
On the contrary, my timing was as usual. I am still your king.
He's kind of right.
I am still your king. Skane's men, they mean you know him.
Dude, there's like 6 of them,
They
right?
just want to belong here.
What do you want?
What? Oh, man. Dude, you fucking raped that girl, man. What the hell do you think's gonna happen?
To us.
So he's the king of Norway. Does he have to be here and have a kingsmanship? Does he have to express that
Life is strange.
rule here?
But I am determined that between the three of us we will forge the future.
At least he's saying between the 3 of us.
Let's go.
I mean, a wise king knows that he would need that. Of course, I understand she's going to be, you know, understandably fucking upset. Yeah, they didn't exactly toast. Yeah, they're not happy at all. I mean, he's right, but, like, it doesn't feel fair. Yeah, I mean. This man is polishing leather. Well, man, was that just a kid and his dad? And we gotta forget, we can't forget these characters are murdering, pillaging, raping bastards. But there are murdering, pillaging, raping bastards. There's no good guys back then, man. I love the actor who plays Oleg. He is just great. Man, he is truly pretty terrifying. Talk about carrying your cross. And that is a fat, bloody man. Jeez Louise. I love their cloaks.
Open the gates, huh? Come on. We all got somewhere else we want to be.
Oh, shit. Where's Prince Igor?
I figured you'd want the kid in there too, man. Get in there, dude. Damn. That's a nice little shot. It's CG, obviously, but it's awesome. Alright, that's it. That's my reaction. Now I'm going to break it down. Alright, guys, now I'm going to break the video down. Okay, so in the very beginning, we have Vitsark and we have Ivar. Okay, so right now, King Oleg in a previous episode has shown us he's trying to drive a wedge between them. He later defends that to Ivar, saying, hey, after we lost the battle, I just lost faith in myself and God and you and everything, but now I'm sorry. Okay, but it looks like there's a lot more sinister plans involved. Because we saw King Oleg overlooking they got into a fist fight, a pretty bad one. And he was just real happy about it. Okay, so Vitsark, he is kind of the crappy brother. You know what I mean? Like, I don't appreciate how he switched sides as much as he had. And he just wants to be loved and appreciated. He wants to feel like he's useful. And right now looks like, in the context of this episode, he's getting hooked on opium. And he's been a close counsel to King Oleg. Ivar is like, what the heck is going on? So it made them get into a fight. And yeah, that's pretty consistent with their characters. It was a pretty brutal fight. And I always like how Ivar, he's a cripple, but he just, he's a really effective cripple at fighting. I remember one of the first scenes that we saw the brothers when they were older, we saw them fighting. Okay, and it made some really cool choreography, and I wish we'd see more of that. This was kind of a brawl, and once he got Vitsark on the ground, it was a lot harder for Vitsark. We also had back in Kattegat, Gunhild. We had that cool scene where she sees Bjorn, Lagertha, and Ragnar. And then she makes a claim for the throne. Says that she intends to stand to be Queen of Kattegat. And I thought she did it the right way. And then, of course, Ingrid also says she's going to make a stand. I just really feel, personally, that Gunhild has a stronger case. And I feel like Ingrid, because she's got the experience. She's a, very respected warrior. She has been ruling with Bjorn. Ingrid, she was just a hot girl that Bjorn wanted to bang. And now she's using this pregnancy as a means to rule. That's how I see it, at least. And then she's doing all that crazy-ass witchcraft stuff in Bjorn's temple, which I don't know how the Vikings... she didn't want anyone to know, so it must be pretty taboo, okay? Because Eric the Red caught her, peeping her out through his little peephole. We still have our crew from Iceland traveling to the Golden Land, okay? So that's Ube, Flatnose, Othair, and of course, obviously, Torvi and her kids. So Torve was telling her daughter, Asa, the story of Thor fishing. That was a cool illustration, and she was using it to describe the storm. Or at that time, it wasn't even a bad storm. I think it just started raining. And then we had that scene later on where it was storming really hard. And Asa was like, oh, Thor's fishing again. And she says, no, it's just a storm. And then she sees a huge serpent in the water. That was a really cool visual. And it was like I don't know how to explain when Vikings does that. It's obviously these characters believe certain things, so they see certain things. Okay, at the time, Asa, is that her name? Asa. Yeah, Asa. I feel like I'm asshole. I feel like I'm butchering that name. And then we see Asa before her death see the great serpent, and it was just really scary, and it was cool, and it was kind of emotional. I love when Vikings does that, but it was intensely freaking sad just to lose your child that way. I mean, that's just, oh man, like I have children myself, and that's such a traumatic thing. But I've said multiple times when our characters do this, and of course, I'm inserting my values into their values and their culture. But why you take these kids on this treacherous journey? Like, it just seems like a dumb move. But it doesn't make it any less tragic. I do feel terrible for her, and I believe that's Bjorn's child. So it's just, it's like another piece of Bjorn dying. So that just sucks. It's really sad. And then we had that scene at Kattegat where the guard, the doorman, essentially, he's killed by Harold and his men. Like, they killed that guy. They infiltrated Kattegat. I think they were just waiting, unless I'm mistaken. I think those are all the same people. And he was just waiting for a good opportunity to show up and say, hey, I'm still your king. Which I think he is right, but I didn't agree with how he became king, and I didn't think he was going to be a better king than Bjorn. The mid-season finale called all his bannermen to fight. No one showed up, so his kingsmanship was empty. But yeah, he has a claim. He was elected, so here he is. Okay, so rewinding a little bit, I did not see that coming. I did not see Katya being the mole for Dur. And so Katya reveals herself to be the mole, gives Ivar the dagger. That threw me off guard. Props to the show. Maybe you guys saw that coming. I didn't. If I'm a dummy, let me know. Okay, but I didn't really see any visual clues. Because it seems like she was trying to get information out of Ivar, by sleeping with him. But if she was an agent of Dur, she would know who Ivar is. She would know what's going on, and she wouldn't need to do that. So yeah, the show threw me off. Good job. And then basically Ivar has to convince Vitserk, hey, listen, we're brothers. King Oleg doesn't even care about you because he offered to execute you for me. Okay, so we're brothers. Let's spirit away Prince Igar out of here so we can take him to Novgorod. Okay, I think I'm hopefully pronouncing that correctly. So they do that successfully, but it wasn't without its hiccups. They got caught up at the door and they had to assassinate all those guys. These poor doormen getting killed all the time. Gosh. And also we had that scene, and it didn't reveal what was going on, but we had Skane come to Queen Gunhild. We had that moment where she's like, what do you want? Or whatever. And it cuts, so we don't see what's going on, so maybe we'll see that next episode. And also we have that tension between Harold, Gunhild, and Ingrid. And you have to remember, Gunhild promised Ingrid that she would slit his throat for the rape. So that's still there. So I'm wondering if she'll fulfill that promise, because they're still against each other. I imagine she will do that, and they will bond over his throat getting slit. I do like Harold. Like, I like his character, but I just don't want to see him be king. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him rape anybody. So, but, Lagertha raped him. They're all raping each other. It's just, And then we have, obviously, during the smuggling of Prince Igor, it's like King Oleg, during the Good Friday ceremony where the bishop was practicing him and the followers behind him, they were taking that... They're practicing the self-mutilation, like the self-flogging, so they can remember Jesus, who paid the ultimate price for a man's sins, So they do that to administer the pain and help them connect with what Jesus did. You know, it's interesting. There's a ceremony in the Philippines, which is where my mom's from, where they do that, although I don't think it's that bad. But they've had people tie themselves with ropes and hung up on the cross. We have had instances where people have driven nails through their extremities, and of course, you know, self-flogging, things like that. It's pretty brutal to see. And then we had, but during that scene, we had basically King Oleg had some kind of intuition, like, there is, you know, he that was a terrible accent. He says, "Where is Igor?" Okay, so it's like he knew, and then there was like just a cut. Okay, the thing is for me, like before Harold showed up, like I'm just not in love with anyone at Kattegat right now. I mean, I like those characters, you know. I mean, it's one of those things where you watch the show long enough, and all our main characters have been killed off except Rollo. You know what I mean? And, you know, I guess Floki, he could still be out there. And this is now the legacy of those characters. I'm hoping we see Rollo, hoping we see Floki. And, you know, and I'm not going to say every character who's died, they've done it well. I just want, you know, I just want this show to be sent off well. You know what I mean? Okay, so now the questions we have to ask ourselves is how far are Vitserk... yeah, okay, sorry. Now we have to ask ourselves how far Ivar is going to go before King Oleg realizes, hey, you stole Prince Igor. So hopefully, you know, in the next episode, we have to see that. Those are some of the questions. We have to see this kind of little alliance that King Harold came when he said, hey, I'm going to need your guys. I'm still the king, but I need your guys' help. We're going to kind of rule together. How well is that going to go? What's the fall going to be of Torvi losing her child? Yeah, I don't know. You know, they still got to get to, you know, the Golden Land. You know, I assume it's the New World. Yeah, I mean, but Iceland kind of counts as a New World too, right? It's a New World for them, but it's not the New World. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have predictions right now. I imagine that he's going to get there. I don't want to recite any history that I think I know because I'm not a very good historian. I have friends, though, who are much better history buffs than me. I thought this was a pretty entertaining episode. I don't like seeing infighting. I wanted more of Ube. He is actually my favorite brother. But, like, his storyline thus far has kind of been the least interesting to me. Okay, so I want to see more from his story. I want to see more from him. And I hope Vitserk and Ivar can get along. I just want everyone to get along, man. Ah, man. And who is, like, okay, so we know also that the Rus Vikings aren't going to attack Kattegat. So, besides, like, the internal power struggle at Kattegat, what other storyline are we going to have there? Okay, yeah, I don't know. Okay, guys, I think I've talked long enough. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye. Guys, thank you so much for watching my reaction to Vikings. I hope you liked it. And I hope you appreciated my breakdown. If I got anything wrong, just let me know in the comments. If you like us, you will support us. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification. Okay? Guys, thank you so much. See you later. I'm not sure if it's 20 seconds. If it's not, just...